This video essay is going to talk about how 3D printing has changed the way art and design students prepare themselves for employment in Malaysia. And my argument is that Malaysia art and design students have to equip themselves with basic 3D sculpting knowledge and also be sensitive to the development of cutting-edge technology in the creative field. Most of the art and design courses offered by Malaysia colleges, such as the One Academy, Design Academy of Art, and Saito College, does not provide introductory knowledge of how to operate a 3D printer. Although they do have courses that covers basic knowledge of 3D modeling softwares in certain areas. To learn about 3D printing in Malaysia, there are only several private companies offering 3D printing workshops with a hefty fees. For example, this is 3D design, scanning and printing training offered by theorycourses.com with a fees of 880 ringgit Malaysia. Since most of the art and design colleges in Malaysia doesn't introduce 3D printing to the students, here raises the question of, is it essential for students to take initiative to equip themselves with 3D printing knowledge? Before answering this question, let's go through some of the history of 3D printing. 3D printing industry claimed that Charles Howe invented the first 3D printer in 1986, who then co-founded 3D System Corporation, one of the largest companies in 3D printing industry today. Although 3D printing was invented in the 1980s, but it wasn't popular back then due to long processing time and also expensive equipment and materials. In January 2012, 3D printing started to blossom when they introduced alternate 3D printing processes at entry level of the market. To further investigate on the impact of 3D printing in Malaysia, I have conducted an interview with Mr. Liu Wai Hong, the creative and managing director of Sapphire Pewter, a company that designs and manufactures pewter souvenir and handicraft, notably providing design trophy for the Brand Laureate Awards. Mr. Liu also owns a design studio in Unity Box, handling design projects such as perfume bottle design and movie props design. Soccer star Cristiano Ronaldo, musician Eric Clapton, and soccer team manager Jose Mourinho were among the recipients of the Brand Laureate Awards. Mr. Liu mentioned that it wasn't until 2014 that their company finally purchased their first 3D printer, when the prices of 3D printer became more affordable.
3D printing changed the way we do production. We used to do master making, we used to do mold making after that, and the mold costs a lot and we have to do a lot of mass production in order to cover all the initial mold making costs. But since we have 3D printing technology, some of the production timing and costs reduced quite a lot because we can now custom print items in lower quantity and also in a very personalized way. Also, client are easier to make decision since we can 3D print mock-ups in a relatively fast timing. No more looking at product design on the screen or even on the paper itself. We can actually print out an actual size, actual items to feel the grip, to feel the stability, and to feel the whole overall user experience on the product itself. So client will make a very comfortable decision on confirming the job projects.
Managing director from another local 3D printing company, 3D Printer Sanjuan Berhad, Mr. Owen Poh, also stated that 3D printing benefited small and medium enterprises as cost and time to produce prototypes are greatly reduced. They no longer need to bear heavy risk to look for investor. Furthermore, it also reduces time to do research and development. It is said that by failing, you are learning, but sometimes failing can be expensive. This is a direct quote from Hakim Elbaz-Ravi, co-founder of MakeSpace, another local 3D printing company. He went on to give an example of jewelry designer to be able to show customer how the jewelry looks like on them. So by using 3D printer to create a prototype, you can save a lot of cost. Despite all the advantages that 3D printing brings to the industry, however, according to Lim Bi-yi, a lawyer from Tay and Partners, stated that 3D printing is still relatively new technology in Malaysia, which is still in the early stages of development. In other words, the application of 3D printing technology in Malaysia is limited and is not as common as in other jurisdictions, such as the United States. Malaysia Automotive Institute, MAI. This is a government body that aims to enhance the competitiveness of the automotive industry through development of strategic human capital, technology, supply chain, and outreach. In August 2016, MAI launched an Advanced Automotive Technology Center called MAI Intelligent Technology System in Cyberjaya, aimed at boosting product design capabilities and innovation within the domestic automotive components and parts supply chain. Altair Engineering Sdn Bhd was appointed as simulation technology partner. The initiative is said to be in line with the National Automotive Policy NAP 2014, which outlines the nation's plan to become a regional hub in producing energy-efficient vehicles by the year 2020. Altair Engineering is an American design and engineering software company. It is a one-stop facility that provides software, hardware, and technical support for the design and development of automotive parts and system engineering work. In the effort to strengthen the competitiveness of domestic automotive industry, this National Automotive Policy 2014 has a few sections that will encourage the use of 3D printing in manufacturing area. Mr. Srirangam, Altair's Managing Director for ASEAN, stated that 3D printing technology is still at an infancy stage in Malaysia, and local manufacturers would greatly benefit from understanding its functions and advantages to ensure the technology can be used more effectively. He believed that engineers and product designers will be able to capitalize on these new technologies to break away from traditional product design, thus regaining their competitive edge. He also stated that 3D printing allows manufacturers to customize products using new composite materials to better fit market demands at a lower cost, and with a shorter production time frame, which cannot be achieved by using traditional manufacturing methods. The additive layer manufacturing technique, commonly known as 3D printing, offers consolidation of parts, which allows a more efficient and cost-effective production of products, and also it drastically reduces material wastage. In the effort to introduce 3D printing technology to Malaysian manufacturers, Altair Engineering collaborate with the Federation of Malaysian Manufacturers to offer a half-day workshop called Concept to Reality in 29 of September 2016. According to a report by International Data Corporation (IDC), worldwide spending on 3D printing forecast to grow at a compound annual rate of 22.3% to nearly $29 billion in 2020. Regions like Western Europe and Asia Pacific are drawing stronger levels of spending across different industries as the 3D printing markets matures. During my interview with Mr. Liu, I have raised the question of whether 3D printing knowledge is essential for art and design students to be able to have more opportunities to succeed.
I would think 3D printing knowledge is quite essential and quite crucial for the student to develop other skills. For example, an art student might not have the skill to physically operate sophisticated machine like CNC machines and late cut machine, all those things. But 3D printing definitely it's a very uh, how to say easy way to get into toolings because it just involved in 3D modeling and fiddling with simple mechanical device. So it's quite easy for them to hands on their own design without involving the parties. Also, more and more companies are using 3D printing in their own manufacturing process, where both design and technology has to work hand in hand together. So if the student already have the basic knowledge, the company, their future employer will not need to train them further, and the chances of getting that position will be higher. And also, it push the entrepreneurship opportunity faster earlier because the student just need to invest in a small amount of timing to learn the knowledge and also to get the machine. The machine actually is not very expensive, so they can actually start their own business inside their own bedroom.
When asked about the hiring criteria for his company,
For the hiring criteria, of course, most important is the art sense and 3D knowledge. 3D modeling knowledge is a must, and also um, basic knowledge on material that we can train, but he or she needs to have a basic knowledge. For example, metal, different type of metal, polyester resin, plastic, all these things, because we are a manufacturing factory. uh, However nice you design on screen, we still need to produce out in the physical form.
given all the evidence of the imminent growth of 3D printing technology in the future, art and design students in Malaysia should take initiative to equip themselves with basic 3D modeling knowledge, no matter which study major they are in, because 3D printing technology not only changing the physical way of production, but also business model in the industry, which will resulted in new opportunities and also new creative economies.